wealth on a low income can be very challenging and it can seem almost impossible. But I'm here to tell you today that definitely not impossible, and there are steps that you can take to help you to get closer to that wealth, even to create generational wealth. Now, if you are interested to hear these steps, then this video is for you. So please continue watching and let's get into it. First thing that you should do when you're going to build wealth and when you're earning low is to create a budget. I know sometimes we have very low income and we feel like a budget is for persons who have more income, so they have some to put away to save, because they're like, how am I going to make a budget? What's the purpose? I'm basically living paycheck to paycheck. But there's always something that you can cut back on. We have to learn to store the little that we have, so that when God blesses us, we can store the much that is to come. So the first thing you need to do is to build a budget. Look at what you're spending your money on. Look at expenses that you don't necessarily need to incur. Are you buying coffee? Do you buy lunch every day at work when you have food that you cooked last night in the fridge? Those are the things that you need to look into and try to cut back on. And sometimes if you don't make a budget and track all your spending for a month, you do not see that you're wasting money. I wouldn't say waste, right? But you're spending money on things that you don't necessarily need right now. So the first thing we're going to do to getting to wealth with our low income is to make a budget. If you do not know how to make a budget, you can download budget. You can find a lot of free budgets online, so just get one that suits you. Of course, you probably have to make changes for whatever expenses you may have and see where you can cut back and save and invest. So as I mentioned, save and invest, we're going to go into our second step, which is reducing your debt. Now, if you don't have debt, if you don't have any car payments or student loan payments or even mortgage, good for you. But the first step we need to do in building our wealth, apart from our budget, the second step rather, is to reduce your debt. So focus on how much more can I put into reducing this debt. So if it's even $1,000 more, if you're Jamaican, if you spend in another currency, 10 US dollars, doesn't matter, it's reducing it by a little bit more, which is why you have to start with your budget, because with your budget you see where you can cut back on expenses that are not really necessary right now, and see where you can put that money elsewhere where it is of a better benefit to you and reaching your goal of wealth, right? So try your very best, focus on paying your debts off, seeing how much you can increase in your payments of your debt monthly will help you to pay it off a little bit quicker. And of course you might be thinking, oh, I don't make that much, I basically live paycheck to paycheck, I can't put anything more towards my debt. Listen, do your budget and you will find areas that you're spending that could be going towards reducing that debt that is holding you back. So focus on your debt payments, how much you're paying monthly, see if you can gradually increase those monthly payments, and you're on your way. Now, the third step in building wealth on a low income is to save aggressively. Right, to save aggressively. I know this might sound impossible. I know a lot of persons be like, oh, I don't even have savings. You can start saving very small. You know the Jamaican saying, one cocoa, full basket. If it's even a $500, a $50, a $100, you can put it down monthly and trust it builds, it's safe. I know inflation is a thing, but you still need savings. What I always recommend when I talk to my friends about saving is that I treat savings like a debt, meaning I pay student loan monthly. I don't miss a payment. Why? Because I don't want the interest to go up and I don't want late fee on it. You know, I'm already paying for this. I don't need the extra cost. So every month when that paycheck comes, student loan is on my budget as something to be paid, and I pay. That's how I treat my savings. My savings is on my budget and it is a must pay. It is a must pay. It's as if I'm paying a debt to myself, but it's actually saving. So treat your savings like a debt that you can pay. I know having a low income, it may feel hard to scramble up something to put towards savings, but like I said, one cocoa, full basket. Start small and save. Our next point is to invest smartly, right? Do some smart investments. When you have a certain amount of money saved, take portions of that money and invest so that your money can grow in value and try to beat inflation. Because having savings is basically for a rainy day or something unexpected and you need to grab some cash. But basically, when you save a certain amount of money, it's time to invest. Why? Because your savings is losing value because of inflation every year. So when we have a certain amount of money, you can go to a brokerage firm and start an investing account. Of course, they have financial advisors there who would guide you into stocks and what stocks you can purchase. You might feel like, oh, you're wasting your time because you don't have a lot of money, you don't have $1 million to invest in the stock market. No, my dear, start somewhere because every little adds up. Now, this is what you are going to do now. When you take a portion of your savings and now you have somewhat a decent amount, like I said, it might take a year, it might take two, and now you open your investment account and you're ready to invest. What do? Maybe you get a raise, right? So with that raise, I know cost of living also increases, so I'm not going to play dumb to that fact that your bills might have gone up as well. No, what you do with that savings, I know it's little, but what you can do is split it every month. A portion of what you would save, it's $100, if $100 US, 50 go towards your investment account, 50 go towards savings, because you always want some money in savings so that you have quick cash, liquid cash at your fingertip. And also you want to increase your investment amount because the return is going to be greater, and you want to add to that monthly, like a monthly payment. This is how you discipline yourself. Treat these things like they are payments and I have to make them. Now that is how you're going to start to create wealth, because they're going to go up in value. I mean, the secret to getting money in the stock market is to hold for long, right? I know sometimes you might see the stock go down and you say, oh no, you're losing your money, but you're really not. So what you're going to do is hold your stock, put some money in the investment account monthly, put some money in the savings account monthly, and let it grow. Now you might be thinking, oh, it's a low income. What kind of savings you talking about? What kind of investment account you talking about after I'm not making millions monthly? Where I'm going to get these money to invest? Listen, I've made videos on businesses you can start with no money up front. Start a side hustle. There are so many side hustles that you can do. I mean, persons have actually gotten rich from their side hustles or their side businesses that started out very small, right? They started out very small and they were going to their 9 to 5, and it blew up and it's making them millions. They quit their job. So to help with getting more money to put towards savings, to put toward investing, our next step is to start a side hustle. There's so many businesses, and I will continue to make videos about businesses that you can start with no money or little money or the least amount of money possible. I'll continue to do those, right? So search through it, find something that works for you. There are so many other persons on YouTube that make videos about side hustles. Find something that works for you. And I do not mean those little surveys that pay cents. I mean, yeah, it adds up, but it's a waste of time. So find something that works for you and see how it goes, and see if I can get in some extra cash. So go watch some of those videos of mine, go watch some of those videos of other YouTubers, do your own research and find a little side hustle, find a little time. If it's even one day, find some time, because we're not earning enough, so we need to increase it. So that step is very important. That side hustle is going to increase your savings and increase your investment. And your investment is even more important because those investments in stocks, in whatever it is, in real estate, those are going to grow, and those are going to be the wealth that is going to be created in your sleep. So you want your investment account to be growing every year in value, and also to diversify, invest in different industries, invest in different stocks within each industry, right? So that is our next step. So moving on. So our sixth step is to live below your means. You're probably looking at me like, girl, I'm already living below my means. I earn low income. But not saying that we mustn't have fun. We must always have fun. That's what living is about. Living is not about, losing ourselves, trying to get that money, but never ever having time to enjoy it. There are persons who are earning, and I'm talking in JMD, there are persons who are earning $130,000 monthly, and you're renting a $80,000 apartment or $80,000 studio or $80,000 one bedroom. That is crazy. That is way above your means. That is way above your means if you have debt to pay, if you have savings, if you have expenses. Let's not forget how grocery prices are high, and you're paying $80,000 for rent with a $130,000 Jamaican dollar a paycheck. Crazy. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why are you buying $30,000 shoes? No. The ones that cost $2,500 can work. They work just fine. There are so many persons that are not earning a lot, that are spending too much on flashy clothes, flashy phone. These are persons that save for months and months, put all of their savings into purchase a high-tech phone. For what? So that you can show others that you have it? No. Live within or below your means. I'm not against living a little, but don't overdo it. Do not overdo it. Take a rain check. Check what you're doing. Are you living above your means? And cut back. Which is why the very first step was to make a budget, because we're going to see where we're messing around. Okay, we're going to see where we're messing around, where we're going above our means, where this is not necessary, this is what I earn and this is what I'm spending. Crazy. There's nothing left at the end of the day, and we need something to be left in order to save, to invest, right? So that our wealth can grow. So that's why the sixth one is to live below your means or within your means. Don't try to impress anyone but yourself. Last thing that I would say to building wealth is seeking professional advice or financial advice. I know a lot of us, of course, if you're on a low income, you cannot afford a personal advisor. Chances are you can't, but if you have a brokerage, if you are with a brokerage firm, you do have someone that will help you to guide you in what to invest in, depending on your needs. But there are other personal financial things in life that you may need a little guidance on. What I recommend is to watch YouTube videos. We don't have the money right now to pay for it because our income is low, and we just started our side hustle, and our side hustle hasn't taken off as yet, right? Because we're just starting fresh, going for the wealth. So there's so many videos on YouTube. Go watch them. Instead of scrolling hours on Instagram, go watch some videos that are going to educate you about financial things, how to prepare for things, how to use a credit card rather than a debit card, all of those things. There are so many videos that educate you on those things. Find those videos, watch them. With millionaires that came from nothing. There's a video on YouTube that came out, I think it was last week, with Michael Leachin from Jamaica, where he outlined some steps that he took, in order to build his wealth. And he's a Jamaican billionaire right now. So there are videos that you can find to educate yourself on these things, on these topics, and you need to be watching them rather than scrolling on Instagram, rather than sitting and thinking about it. Sometimes what you need to do is pray to God, and He'll help you along the way. So don't even forget that step. You see that Bible that we have, that we refuse to read? It has some really good financial advice in there. And there are videos on financial advice that the Bible even gives to us. So, like I said, get some financial advice. We cannot afford a personal advisor right now, financial advisor, because what I've seen is that financial advisor nowadays, their prices are high because everyone wants to be rich. Everyone wants wealth. Everyone wants to grow. So their prices are pretty high now. So make use of the YouTube financial advisors. Find some good ones that make sense. Do some research. Ask some questions. read books, you understand me, and get some financial advice until your investment portfolio take off, your side hustles take off, and you can afford one. Right, so that's basically the steps that I have for you guys. And I know building wealth and low income seems impossible, but it is not. And this is going to require a lot of discipline, because once a budget is involved, discipline is number one. It is at play. You have to be disciplined, committed to this. For if it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter, because you're going to reap it in the end. And I mean, low income or no income, still try to live a little, but don't overdo it. Don't go overboard. And remember to save and invest, because saving is going to be affected by inflation and investments grow in your sleep. Alright, so that's it. I hope that we all become wealthy one day. Of course, that's it. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.